What's up, everybody? We're back. The ladies are here, and we're talking match week 2. As you can see, Manchester is in the mud, so we're at the bottom row. I hope one day I can be at the top. Jury's still out. We'll see if I can make it. But big up, ladies. How you doing this week?
Great. Excellent.
Good.
Love that. Love that. And we are streaming on a new channel this week. Along with Kate, we are on Gooner Gossip TV, which is really exciting. So everyone that's there, make sure you're in the chat saying hi. We got Mama Flossie here. We got Arteta Era. Sham, big up to you. Good to see you. all the chats are coming in. Again, as always, everyone is in the description. And we have Gigi's TikTok in there. We have Kelsey's X in there. So make sure you go and give them some love. So I'm going to let y'all start. But I will say, I think I want to leave Liverpool for last, just like, because I feel like that's warranted. Probably the best game of the week. So anyone, feel free to talk about your club. Who wants to go first?
Me.
Just go chronologically? Yeah, because Kate and I were first.
Yes.
Technically Chelsea was, but they weren't here. We don't care about them.
Yeah.
Girls, do you want to go first? Do you want to say your bit on your team first?
I mean, disappointing game. A lot of problems that we had last season. Midfield got completely bullied. I've given a lot of credit to the press and to Spurs' midfield. So I'll just say it again. They had a game plan and they followed it. We played a very new team. I've never seen that midfield before, and it struggled. Nico Gonzalez has been the longest tenured player on that midfield for 6 months, and half of that he was benched. So yeah, and it looked like it. They just did not look like a good midfield, and we had a really hard time progressing the ball. I think Spurs were all over it. Their press, like I said, their press was fantastic. They killed our buildup completely. And yeah, young player made a big mistake. That second goal, that was a big mistake from the keeper. But the thing that disappointed me the most was just the lack of leadership that was on the pitch. Or the leaders that were there just were not being good leaders. Like Ruben Diaz is the captain. He just got a brand new contract. He needed to pick somebody up when they fell down. Like nobody was there telling James Trafford, calm down, relax. Like we're going to help you as much as we can. And he looked nervous, and yeah, he made that big mistake. And I'm also disappointed in Erling Haaland too, because he's part of the captain's group, and he has some of the worst body language on the team when he's not getting the ball. So I didn't see any leadership from those two. The one I give a lot of crap to, or I did last season, was Bernardo Silva, but I think he should have started that game. He may not. I don't know how it's physicality. He was terrible off the bench. I'll say that. No, he was awful off the bench. But I think it might have been a different story if he had started. He's had experience kind of calming young players down when they're nervous or making mistakes, as we saw last season. So I was really confused at why he didn't start the game. And then when he came on, he was terrible. But we did look. I know the game was over, but when Rodri and Foden came on, it did look a little better. So that gives me a little hope. But yeah, Spurs came in. They had a plan. They executed it flawlessly. And they deserve to win. They were the much better team on the day.
Mm. Yeah, it's hard to add anything to that, but I thought we was never in trouble, really. As Kel said, we had a plan and we executed it to perfection. Considering we haven't even got a fit number 10, I thought Papa Mate Sarr was incredible. Bentancur was incredible. Palhinha is this midfield maestro we've been crying out for. I thought he was brilliant. Kudus running rings around Oscar Bob, amongst others. He had a pockets full of players, my husband said, when he got in the changing room. He had to empty all the Man City players out of his pockets because he was so good. Spence was excellent again. There wasn't a bad performance, really. Even Vicario was on cue, but the difference in Tottenham from last season to this season is night and day already. Thomas Frank's had 8 weeks and he's changed his club so much. I'm excited to see what he can do in sort of 6 months, 8 months, because, Daniel Levy's not really helping him out. We haven't got any signings since Kudus and Palhinha, and we need a fit number 10 to come in. We need another left back, because if we get injuries, our squad depth again is going to be the downfall of Tottenham. But I can't fault anything about our performance. I was amazed at how bad Man City were, because I thought this season, I know it's only 2 games in, but I thought they'd put a stamp down early on. We're not going to sit back and win nothing this year. And I just thought they looked absolutely clueless. Even Haaland, you know, he had a chance, he fluffed it. Rodri whacked it straight at the keeper. Obviously, Rodri's only just come back, so he's got to get his match fitness up. But I never really felt in trouble. I just felt comfortable the whole game. I think it was just one of the best performances I've seen from Spurs for a long time. So yeah, exciting times. So top of the league for as long as it lasts. But
are you in a title race?
I said, no.
No, this happens like all the time with Spurs.
Yeah, I'm happy to finish last year in 17th and come out and play like that the first 2 games without a fully fit squad. I don't think there's anything to be unhappy about. So
I just wanted to ask Kelsey this. Yeah, go ahead. Before you go, is Trafford ready, or was it just the pressure?
I think it's a combination of both. He's not ready, but he came in to be our number 2, and the only reason he's starting games right now is because our number 1 situation is a mess. Like, Ederson has his head out the door. He's trying to leave. The club is trying to sign Donnarumma, but they can't sign Donnarumma until Ederson leaves. The team that wants to buy him is not putting up the money. So that's just a whole limbo right now. And Trafford, yeah, he is very young. And he has played in the Premier League before, but it was not very good. I mean, granted, he was like 19. Yeah. But yeah, I guess Pep just didn't prepare him very well. And also, it didn't help that our center backs were just, I think our center backs did not adjust to Trafford, which is understandable because like Trafford is brand new. But they're, you know, Diaz and Stones have been there for years. Stones and Ederson have been there together for years. So like Stones knows exactly what Ederson's going to do. And I think they were just kind of expecting that. And obviously it wasn't Ederson. And so, yeah, it's a very different style of play when you have a keeper that can't kick the ball. And we've been relying on Ederson being there for, you know, how long has he been there? Like what, 10 years now or 9 years? And so it's just an adjustment. And Trafford did look a little nervous too. I will say that big mistake that was avoidable. But to be fair, Ederson has done the same thing against Spurs. Yeah. I think it was at the Etihad too. Like he kicked it straight at, I think it was at Rodri, and Rodri just didn't deal with it well. And I think Son scored. So it's not like it's a brand new era that we've seen from a keeper in this particular fixture. Spurs are a bogey team. Like this kind of stuff always happens. Even in years we win the league, we always lose to Spurs, and usually at the Etihad. They always give us a game there. It doesn't matter who the players are, who the manager are. It's just always a nightmare. But I guess my only hope is that we have won our last 2 Premier League fixtures at Spurs, so we'll have to do it again this year.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the best part about the whole match was Spurs fans olaying every time we kicked a ball at the Etihad. Olé, olé. It was like, wow, we're actually mugging off Manchester City here. But what I was going to say too is I look at both Manchester clubs on different levels, of course, but I see the weakness being your goalkeepers, both teams. I don't think James Trafford's anywhere near ready. He looks like a rabbit in the headlights to me. I think he's been chucked in too early.
Yeah, like I said, it's just because of the whole Ederson thing. We don't know what's going on there. Ederson wants to leave. The offer hasn't come in. Pep wants Donnarumma, but Donnarumma can't come in until Ederson leaves. So it's just this big mess, and he's kind of caught in the crossfire. And I kind of feel sorry for him in a sense because he's being asked to do something. He's also being asked to do something he can't do. Like, but he has to do better on that mistake. Like, just kick it away. Like, I've seen countless replays of where like the 2 people next to him were wide open. Like, just kick it to one of them. Like, or just kick it out of play. Like, who cares? Like, just do anything except that pass. And you know, that's what you're going to get with a young keeper. They're going to make mistakes like that. But I don't know what the game plan was. I don't know if Pep told him to play like Ederson. And if he did, then that's not the player's fault. That's the manager's fault. Because it's clear he's not Ederson. He can't do what Ederson can do. No one in the world can do what Ederson can do. So asking someone to try to do that is kind of a recipe for a disaster. And it came into fruition.
Yeah. Gigi, I cut you off. What were you going to say? I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that Spurs played great. Like, you know what I mean? For them also being shorthanded, I wasn't surprised at the outcome because I know how things between Spurs and City, and Kelly told us like they are a bogey team. Like I was prepared for the result, but yet again, like it's the 3rd time that I've seen Spurs play under Thomas Frank, and I'm like, he looks serious. Like they look like they are like seriously coming to work, like coming to do their job. And I never felt that like the entire season last year. Like under Ange, they always felt like a rubber band that was stretched to the absolute limit, and it was gonna like spring back at some point. But under Thomas Frank, they just look like, I mean, they look like a team like to take seriously.
Yeah. Off of that, what do you think's clicked, Kate, in terms of what you see now compared to last year?
Well, obviously we're not playing that ridiculous high line this year, but I think our defence looks so solid. I think Spence has been a revelation this year already. Porro's runs and his crossings of the ball, and Van der Ven and Romero at the back look so solid. And I just kind of look at the players and they all look happy. You know, they're all enjoying their football again. You know, Johnson, he's moved him to the other side. And, you know, Brennan Johnson gets a lot of stick from my fan base, really gets a lot of hate. But no matter what you say, he scores goals and you can't ask for more. That's the most difficult thing to do as a footballer. So Richarlison, you know, he's not rolling around on the floor every 5 minutes trying to win a foul. He's actually pressing the man. He's holding the ball up well. I just think they just look more settled, and I think they've really bought into this philosophy of Thomas Frank, and it shows. So I think everything's clicked. It's just we need some reinforcements before the transfer window finishes. And as someone said, and I totally agree, had we bought Eze, I think Tottenham would have looked mega dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. And as a neutral, kind of like what Gigi was saying, for me, especially as someone who's had a new manager for a while and it's not clicking, to see what he's been able to do in such a short amount of time I've been a little bit jealous of it, because it seems like from last year to your players, when they're on the pitch, it's like they're not really thinking. They're kind of just like, they look like there's a weight off their shoulder and they're free and they're just playing with one another. And it's refreshing to watch. Whereas with Ange and potentially what I see with my players, it's like they're thinking too much. Like they're trying to do what the manager wants. And because of that, they're not thinking like a footballer. They're thinking like, what would Amarin want me to do? You know, or what would Ange want me to do? So, and for me to see that, I don't like it, obviously, because, you know, I want my team to be able to look like that with the new manager. But yeah, if you guys can find a way to get some more players in, maybe before the window ends, you definitely can turn things around. I mean, you already have, but like you said, coming off of a season like you had being 15th or 17th, that's how you want to look the next season. Yeah. And with my club being in that somewhat same situation, it's frustrating to see you guys turn that around. Whereas I feel like we're kind of seeing similar patterns that are very good for us in terms of how we play. So I get it. Big of a song, by the way.
What's this song doing in here? What's up, man?
I'm here saying Rio. So Sophie, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I mean, I watched the first half, and I think, you know, Man City for some reason just always struggle against Spurs. It's happened these last few years, but yeah, I think the goalkeeper did make a few mistakes, but obviously, as you said, it is Spurs working hard to, you know, get the goals. I think Spurs definitely deserved that win. They were good. Man City, I think, I just think against Spurs they struggle for whatever reason. I mean, we all have our own teams where we struggle against, but yeah, as we've all said, Thomas Frank's been great for Spurs, and yeah, they're doing good at the moment. But I just hope it doesn't last. So yeah, that's all.
Yeah, you two are worried about your teams playing Spurs now, aren't you? Liverpool and Arsenal. You got to worry about Spurs now.
You do.
Oh, it's gonna be. I cannot wait. I can't wait for that game.
You do.
It's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm already excited for.
The season's gonna be on fire.
Definitely. I guess next we can go to Arsenal. You know, packed up Leeds. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really think we'd win by that many goals. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit surprised. Yeah, that took me back. Yeah, I mean, really happy. There's obviously so much to go through, but obviously happy Gyökeres got his goal, because I think people have kind of questioned him a bit. Obviously he scored a penalty as well. I'm happy. I think it'll help him with his confidence, getting them goals. Obviously, with Saka, I'm a bit annoyed that he's got an injury, but I think it's only 4 weeks, so there's an international break in there. We've got maybe a Madueke who can play there when Neri. So we have players that can step in. But yeah, I was not really expecting us to win like that. Obviously, with Odegaard as well. I don't think there's been too much updates about his injury, but I was hoping to see him have a really good game against Leeds, but obviously he went off injured. But yeah, I just think we did really well. I'm really happy. I think obviously going into the game against Liverpool, it's going to be a different type of test. But I think when you've scored a lot of goals and you're winning quite comfortably, it puts you in a good mood going into Liverpool. But I think with Arsenal now, it's good that we've got this depth, like squad depth now, because last season if Saka was out, I would have panicked, and now I do feel a bit better now that we have this depth. So yeah, I'm happy with the win, of course, and I'm still nervous going to play Liverpool, but I just feel happy. I think it was a good performance from the team.
It's a good response because I think a lot of your fan base was definitely worried about how you played at Old Trafford. But I mean, you don't normally play well there, but it didn't look so great, so it's definitely a good response. I'll say you kind of caught life a little bit with, I hate to say this, but like Kirkes just doesn't look up to speed yet. And so I think not having to go with Saka might help Liverpool, I should say, because I don't know if he would have done well, but I think it's a good response. Everyone's saying it's just Leeds, but that's what you're supposed to do in those games, my opinion.
Yeah, I think Leeds were bad. I will be honest; they weren't great at all defensively. They were really bad, but I think we were good. I think it's a bit of both, to be honest with you. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say I don't want to take anything away from Arsenal. So they scored 5 goals at the end of the day, but Leeds were dreadful. I really think that they played to the occasion more than anything else, and I think it was all a bit much for Leeds. They looked awful, and by the end of it, the last 15 minutes, they looked like they'd given up. They were just walking around the pitch. So I do think that was a factor. But Arsenal did what they had to do. At the end of the day, you can only beat what's in front of you. We beat Burnley, and everyone said it's only Burnley, but like I say, you can only beat who's in front of you. So it's going to build your confidence. Out of all the teams I've seen so far, which obviously is only 2 games, Arsenal look the most dangerous by far. I think Liverpool still look defensively weak, a little bit defensively weak. Man City, they're just not. I don't know what it is. There's something missing, and their goalkeeper issue. But Arsenal do worry me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I'm just hoping the bottling comes into it soon, or maybe not soon, just later on. After Christmas.
The only thing that I'm worried about is going to Liverpool. I mean, our midfield, don't get me wrong, I think the game, as you said, we won comfortably, Leeds were bad, but I think our midfield might be our only little issue going to Liverpool, because before we got that first goal, there was a few shaky moments with Zubimendi, and I think if you're against Liverpool, you can't afford to make any mistakes. So I think that's what I'd only just say, because we've got a new midfield. It's taking a bit of time, but I think when Arsenal doing well, Zubimendi does get better as the game goes on. But yeah, I think for Liverpool, I think defensively, I think we just have to try and exploit that. But our midfield might be a bit of a problem, might be our weakness in a way.
Depends on where he puts Eze, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd play Eze. I would play him. I
think he's going to put him on the wing, which I don't know.
The problem is Arteta is just addicted to Odegaard. And
I know.
Odegaard steps his game up. That could become a self-inflicted liability.
But Odegaard's not going to be an option. I don't think he's going to be fit.
Well, when he's healthy, he will. He's the captain. He'll be number 1 on the team.
Sure. But for Liverpool, I mean, and I think everyone was giving Mo Salah. Everyone was rolling their eyes at him. At the PFA Awards, when he said, Arsenal's they're
just not too much.
But it really is true, Sophie. In terms of how new players are being integrated, Arsenal does have the most chemistry. Their team has played together the longest, and excuse me, with Zubimendi, that's kind of the only new piece that you guys
that's a
are
good
really.
piece also.
Oh, sorry.
Massive style
But
overhaul.
I almost
Playing
think
with
of
a striker. It's
Yeah,
one
no,
thing
but
to do it against a relegation or a newly promoted team, but
That-
they
100%
struggled against
true.
Man United, and they were integrating new players in too. They didn't find Gyökeres at all in that game. So
No,
I
they
think that's
didn't.
going to be a lot in the first half of the season. That's going to be that will be an issue, especially against a low block.
Yeah, but I
My
think
head is
that there
going
is going
crazy
to
right now.
be. I think everyone is finding out that like integrating the new pieces is gonna. Everyone's going through some growing pains. So there's gonna be some of that for Zubimendi as well, and Gyökeres.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, anything else? I think we pretty much summed up Arsenal.
I saw
watched
Ravi in the
the-
chat. I saw Ravi in the chat ask if Arsenal can score more than just from set pieces.
I
As
hope
long
so.
as with Eze, yeah, like yeah, they can.
Oh yeah,
I hope so.
I'm
I
like
think
such
with
a big
Eze-
fan of him.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
think
We got
like a
hater in
true
the
Spurs
chat.
fan.
He
Spoken
won't
like a
stop.
true
You're
Spurs
too
fan.
good.
Oh, it's Spurs fan. No wonder. I missed most of the Arsenal game because I'm not going to lie, I fell asleep. I saw Saka score a goal and then I fell asleep. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning to watch City, so
Yeah.
I was pretty dead by about that game. I think the Arsenal game started at 9:30 my time. I was done. I had
And
to
then
go work
to
that
have
day
watched
too. I had to
City.
take a nap. I saw Saka score his goal. Beautiful goal. That's all I saw.
But then to have watched City at that early, I would have fell asleep too. I'd have been
I
hot.
couldn't do that.
I couldn't watch along, and then I went on the football terrace.
Yeah.
And
No
then
thanks.
I just,
Big up Moondog.
and then I collapsed.
Jess says the whole front four against Poole could be new. Gyökeres, Eze, Madueke, and Ethan. Could see Mick using Nelly or Marino for continuity.
Yeah.
I've got to say, sorry, go on, Sophie. 'cause it's
No, I
your
was just
team.
going to say, I don't really know what front, three I'm going to see for him. I think, as we all know, certain players that he does like to play, but yeah, I mean, I'm just interested to see what he's going to go for because I think we've got to go to Liverpool and hopefully win, but I would take a draw, but I don't want to go to a game wanting a draw. But yeah, I think our attack gives me confidence now actually going into the game.
Is it at Anfield or at the
Yeah, it's
empty
Anfield.
I want to see you go in there with a low block. I just want to see how Liverpool adapts to a low block. So I could see Arteta doing that because he's done it at big games in the past.
He has.
So that could be very intriguing to see how he sets up. I think
way
you should low block him because I don't know Liverpool like that'd be an interesting. I mean, it'd be a boring game to watch. But I'm very curious to see them against a low block.
Mm-hmm.
I think this year there's no excuse for Arsenal. If they don't win the league, there's no excuse. Literally, they've spent 300 million, whatever they've spent. They've strengthened so much. Eze, if they play him on the wing, what an absolute waste. But I get what everyone's saying because the left wing is probably Arsenal's weakest position.
Yeah.
But they've bought the likes of Zubimendi, Gyökeres, Norgard. There is no excuse. Every year we hear, but if we'd have had a striker, but if this had happened, but if that had happened. No excuse this year. If Arteta doesn't win the league, I don't think he'll ever win it.
I'll take that.
I can see that happening too.
I know. Can we
you
talk about
Liverpool? That'd be interesting too because Gyökeres thrives. He played a lot of counterattacking ball last season. I'd unleash it for a game because I would test that Liverpool back line. You could low block him, you have an outstanding defense. So
definitely
low block him and then counter him, and let's see what Van Dijk does.
That back line is in
looked a little
shambles right
shaky.
now.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I also too want to
minute.
bring up we've had some youth players step up, and I just wanted to get everyone's thoughts on Dowman. Of course, I thought he came on and looked very confident. I mean, the guy's he's 15 years old. I'm sorry, like I didn't watch him in preseason, and I know there was a lot of people talking about him, but to see him come on and be so confident, win the penalty, that's huge in your first like big Premier League match. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, he's young enough to be my son, so it's incredible. He looked absolutely full of confidence, which I mean, it can only be a good thing for Arsenal fans. All they've got to do is be careful not to overplay him. Just gently ease him into the team. But he looked very good. So unfortunately,
yeah. He was good. I mean, in pre-season, he's been just like that. So it wasn't a surprise at how good he's been, because we've, as Arsenal fans, we've been watching it in pre-season, but it is crazy that he's 15. As you mentioned, he does look so comfortable, and he looks, like, you see when you watch him play, you'd think he's a lot older, but yeah, I think it's good, as Kate said, not to sort of overuse him. I think he's young, just let him enjoy his football and see how it goes, and not put like pressure on him because he's so young. I'm sure he's just really happy to be part of the team, but yeah, it's nice to have the option to bring him on, and it just doesn't feel real how young he is though. But yeah, he's really good.
But when you see his
Jess.
When you see
Jess.
his face, he does look, he looks like someone who like was 14 not too long ago. Like,
Right. Right. Oh, he definitely looks like he looks young for sure, but I think that was the perfect opportunity for him to come on. You're up by a lot on Leeds. There's no pressure on him. Just let him go out there, kind of have a feel for the match. So, I mean, we've seen it also with I'm actually shocked that Rio came on, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But I love seeing the youth come up and do things like that. That's what it's all about, So we'll see if he gets more opportunities, but just wanted to bring that up. Before we go to Liverpool, I guess we'll talk about United. This won't take too long. So we drew Fulham. We got a point, and I will say, I don't know if anyone watched it, but that first like 15-20 minutes, firecracker. I thought a tear was going to come out of my eye. We just looked so intense, aggressive, but like with composure. We were passing very well. We had shots. Cunha unfortunately missed like two, like one hit the goalpost. It looked so good, and I was like, oh my gosh, if we could just score, I'm going to be so happy. And then because we missed, and then obviously we had the missed penalty from Bruno, all of that momentum just went out the window, and we reverted back to United that everybody knows and loves, and it was frustrating. And like Kelly said on hers, we had no leadership. Our captain was whining to the ref for like 30 minutes because he was whining at the penalty because he got bumped and wanted an apology, whatever the heck that means. We go to halftime, we come back. We haven't even kicked off, and he's still talking to the ref before the ball kicks off. I'm like, bro, let it go. We're trying to win a football game. That's so unacceptable to me on so many levels to have a captain be doing that. Just let it go. You missed the pin. It happens. We got to move on. We're trying to win a game. Then we get into the second half, and the substitutions, I think, really killed us. We're trying to win, Fulham has equalized, and you're subbing on defensive players. You subbed on center backs. You're subbing on Kobe Mainu hasn't touched the pitch, by the way, at all.
What's going on there?
I have no idea. And then it's been rumored since the game that he's looking for an option to go on loan. So I don't know what's going on with him and Amorim, because then Amorim said
from the east side of Manchester.
What?
That's a pet player right there.
Yeah. And then Amorim was saying that he's fighting for his position with Bruno. And if you're fighting with Bruno like Odegaard, you're not going to play. Sorry. It's just, unfortunately, that's just how it is at United. So for me, I was very, very disappointed because, again, I felt like when things didn't go our way, we threw a pity party. And instead of fighting back and trying to win, we went inward and kind of just forgot how to play football. And then our coach, he can't even look at the set pieces anymore. He puts his head on the floor. On Bruno's penalty, he can't even look at that. His head is looking down. So there's just a lot of confidence that's not there currently. And then, the substitutions kind of killed the game. It kind of just felt like, well, I just want to get the point. I don't even want to try to risk it. I don't want to try to win. I just want to make sure we get a point and go to next week. So for me, yes, our attack looks better, and if we can find a way to put the goals in the net, even with Arsenal, we had opportunities, but we couldn't put them in the back of the net. That will help. But if we cannot move the ball up through the middle instead of the sides all the time, it's going to be a long season for us. Goalkeeper wise, I thought Bindier was better. Obviously, he had really good saves and things versus Fulham, but it's just, those key positions where we have to improve, or it's going to be a long season for us. So I'll take a point, but I don't know if you guys realize we play Burnley this week, and then we play City Chelsea. So if we don't get 3 points, it's going to be crazy for Amorim. And I think it's going to be like he could get sacked very soon because to go into City Chelsea with potentially only 1 point is not good. So, yeah.
Just
I'm
to
with
the
Yeah, your
guy in the
midfield
chat.
is a mess.
Sorry, I was just going to say to the guy in the chat who said I've got Phil Foden behind me. It's actually Vicario. So I don't know where that's come
I'd
from.
put Phil Foden on my wall if I was you. Six Premier League trophies. What's not to like?
Go on, Kel. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that midfield at United is just a disaster right now. Like Casemiro is the game has passed him by. And Bruno, I don't know what's going on with that guy. Like, did you guys really turn down 100 million for him over the summer from Saudi?
So here's the thing. That's crazy. I think the club was going to let him go, but Amorim said he wanted him to stay. So Amorim literally shot himself in the foot with that. And if he's going to continue to play him, and one thing that I rate sometimes about your managers is I don't care who it is. It could be Messi. If your manager has cojones, if Messi's not playing well, put him on the bench. Everyone's not going to have a good game. So if Bruno's playing bad, sub him off. I don't see why that's an issue. And not just Amorim, managers that have come before, Ten Hag, everybody. Oh, they don't want to sub him. I don't get it. It's so frustrating. Like, is it in his contract that he has to play the whole game? I don't know.
I mean,
No, I think, go on,
I know a lot of people said, yes, Casemiro didn't do as bad as I've seen him play before, but like that really shouldn't be the standard. Like it shouldn't be the standard that like he himself didn't actually lose you guys the game, but there's an opportunity there for the midfield to be so much better and to work so much more for you. And to play Bruno in the 8 when that's not really where he's best, and then not even get Kobe Mainu into the game. I'm struggling to see the vision because I feel like at a certain point you have to take a look at the players that you have and figure out how to get results with those players. And I know everyone is saying like he has a system. You're going to system your way to unemployment. Like you need to figure out how to get results. And like you have now had almost a full season of games with these players and you are still unable to figure out how to get a tune. Like just MacGyver some stuff and like put some things together so that you can just start getting points on the board. And like, then you can, you know what I mean? Like that has to be your primary goal. If it's not, then yeah, it's going to be a long season.
The way
Yeah,
I
that's
see it,
he didn't start Sheshko as well. Sorry, I just wanted to point that out. Yeah.
Yeah, he should start the next game because he's still easing in, but I think he's had enough time. Yeah, throw him in.
Mainu is one of the only shining lights from Manchester United in the minute, and he's just not going to get on the pitch while Bruno's there. And I just think I can see Mainu going in the last few days of this window, whether it's on a loan or whatever, because he deserves better. I know he didn't play at the best season last season, but he still deserves better than to not be getting any game time at all. And I think I get the impression he's quite an ambitious young man, and I just think that he won't be happy sat on the bench playing second fiddle to Bruno. But I did say when you hired Amorim, I was on the terrace the first week after he played, and I said, everyone slags Ange Postecoglou off, but this should be raising alarm bells for Man United fans because he won't change his system. He's been clear about that. And he just, I mean, his stats are unbelievable. 28
I know.
28 points from 29 games that was before that game. I mean, that is just unbelievable for a Man United manager. But I was going to ask you, Sky, do you want him sacked or do you want to persevere with him? I mean, what's your thoughts on the coach?
If he has to be sacked, I think, because if it doesn't improve, we're gonna die. Literally, we're gonna die. We're not winning games. Thomas Frank has won back-to-back Premier League games already. Amorim hasn't done that at all. He got hired in November last year. So I can't, like, I hate, here's the thing. People always say if you're talking like this, then you're negative, whatever. But I just want my club to succeed. And right now, I don't know if Amorim can do that. I don't think that he can, because he's not utilizing players correctly. It seems like he always goes into a game, and if it doesn't work out quickly, then he's like reacting to it instead of going into a game with a plan. That's kind of what it feels like, and that's frustrating. That's frustrating. And at Manchester United, that's just not going to work. You know, it's just. And just to go on to the Kobe thing as well, I understand him. Like, we have to understand this too. It's a Club World Cup. It's a World Cup year. Players want to play. They want to get on that pitch and get, seen. They want to be in the World Cup. So I hate that it's come to this, but I completely understand Kobe Mainu. Not even Bruno. Ugarte is coming on before you. And the argument could be, well, he's more defensive. I don't want to hear it. I can't hear that. I'm sorry, especially when we're struggling to score. You can't tell me that. Is Kobe's pace not there? Yes, I would say he's not as fast, but you can't tell me putting him on as a negative. I can't accept that. It just sucks. So we'll see what happens. We also play Grimsby Town tomorrow, so should be great.
Oh God, for what?
They have to go in the Carabao Cup on the second round.
Oh God, that's right. 17. Oh, that's crazy.
Go from that to worse.
I mean, you should be having some of those games soon too, Kate. Right?
Who?
Aren't you supposed to be having some of those?
Because we're European champions. We're in the Champions League, so we don't go in for a while.
Oh, okay. I thought it was based on season standings.
No.
For the League Cup, at least.
No, it's good. We don't have any Europe.
I don't know.
That's why we're playing early, so we can. Our schedule is wide open, so that's why we can play in August. But enough of that.
You're only one game a week for.
I know, and that's the thing too. Like,
how long?
Exactly. His man management has to be spot on because of that. So I don't think Amarim can do it. I like the guy. I think I obviously when you get a new manager, you want it to work, but I just don't know if it will. Unfortunately,
I don't think he has players for his style. Like, and it's clear that what they have at United just doesn't fit his system. So that's why we're kind of seeing what we're seeing.
Then it's like, then why are you recruiting
the square pegs in the round holes? And it's just not working. And then benching, like the only bright thing to come out of Man United in the past 2 seasons is just even more baffling. Time to rescue Kobe Manu and bring him to the east side of Manchester.
No, he would never. I don't think that would be crazy.
If he's on the bench for long enough, he might.
He'll probably get a game tomorrow against Grimsby. He'll probably play him tomorrow.
He'll start Sheshko and then he'll start
Premier League team. He's going to ask to leave. Probably.
Oh, he'll 100%
if this continues, he'll ask to leave in January. Be it a loan or something.
Yeah.
Because like you said, World Cup, he needs to play.
Yeah.
Because he has a chance to get on the England squad.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to something more exciting, I guess. Let's move on to Liverpool. Honestly, I had a great time as a neutral watching that game. It was just from the beginning, just gloves are out. People were getting tripped, kicked, high energy. Red card in the first half. I thought it would be Joe Linton, but it's Gordon. Gigi. What was that game like for you?
It's a good thing that I cleared my schedule for it, because there's no way I would have been able to concentrate on anything else. But I mean, I think first and foremost, like, you have to start out with giving Newcastle their respect for that, because just looking at the game, if you had to guess which team had been down to 10 men, you wouldn't have guessed Newcastle.
Yeah.
Like, and that explains everything about the day. Like, it encapsulates the emotion for them. It like, the crowd was unreal. I mean, the atmosphere was amazing. And, it was chippy, but like, for the most part, like, besides the Gordon red card, like, there wasn't anything, you know what I mean? Like, nobody was out to do anything nefarious. You know what I mean? It was just, they were playing hard, and like, truly, like, I'm not really a fan of saying someone deserves something from the game, but like, they did, they really, really did. My prediction was that it would be a 2-2 draw. And we almost got there.
You did.
Not for the kid. If not for the kid. And so, like, from start to finish, it was a nail biter, but it was like a real old school kind of like knock down, drag them out. Like it was amazing. I enjoyed every single minute of that game. You know, I know that Kelly mentioned that Van Dijk had looked a little shaky that first game. I thought he was excellent yesterday, especially with his partner playing against him. You know what I mean? Like, Konate, my guy. What
His head's in Madrid.
What in the world?
Do you think he should have been gotten a second yellow and been sent off?
Who, Konate?
Konate?
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
because that shoulder bump was a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah.
I could see how that would have been a second yellow and gotten him sent off. Honestly, like, the dude has been diabolical. Like, it is like truly, I can't even with him. I really can't. I know.
Sorry, what are we doing with the hair flicks this season? Here, I'll just do it. There we go.
Wait, can we talk about Wirtz, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on with the guy? Is he just like getting used to the Prem, or?
Yeah. What's going on is that he's not used to the physicality, and like you can see that, you know, because like I know like everyone is like, he's terrible. He's been terrible every single second he's been on the pitch. He hasn't been terrible every single second he's been on the pitch. I have seen specifically the link up play between him and Ekitike, I think, is really promising. But literally, anytime someone puts some strength behind it, he's struggling. Like, that is just a fact. And I think he's just gonna have to. I think he's just gonna have to get used to it. There's no excuse that I can make for that. You know what I mean? Like, for somebody who a team paid as much for as him, you're not going to bench him. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, all of the criticism is warranted. I still think he's going to come good, but right now, you know, it's like, it's a little bit stinky for sure. Yeah. But in terms of the Liverpool players yesterday, I think Alisson played excellent, which he usually does.
And it just sucks that, like, he can have such a good game and then he can't get a clean sheet.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. like honestly, like, the defenders either side of Virgil are like, what are you doing?
Like we said before, the fullbacks.
Truly, like, what are you doing? Now, I know that Kelly has her feelings on Soboslai, but I thought he put in a shift at right back yesterday. I thought he played a good game. And I think there's questions. Like, for me, there's questions, just because I know what it looks like when he's in the midfield, and I know the physicality that he can add to the midfield. And so there's 4 guys for 3 spots. And so it's up to someone smarter than me to figure out how to manage that. I thought Liverpool did a really good job of weathering the storm in the first half. And Ryan's goal came out of nowhere. Like, that was not on the cards at that point in time. I thought Ekitike looked great. And then Slot subbed him off like he had the game before. And as soon as Ekitike came off, the control just disappeared. And yeah, we were lucky that a 16-year-old was not scared of the moment, because otherwise we would have come out of there with a draw.
I mean, that Golden challenge, I don't know what on earth he was possibly thinking, but I did say that I fancied there'd be a sending off in this game.
Yeah.
because I think there'd be a bit of needle
We
there.
all thought it'd be Joe Linton.
Yeah, exactly. I've got to say, I thought Joe Linton had a great game, and Gamaresh as well.
Oh my God, he was amazing. He was amazing.
Yeah, we've got
he was
not only have you
crushed at
got to
the end,
mention.
too. He was crying. I felt so bad for him.
Yeah,
that's a captain shift right there. What he did today.
Yeah.
That game,
yeah.
I mean, Florian Wirtz wasn't great, but Salah was ghosting as well. He proper ghosted that game completely. But look, champions win and score and do what they've got to do in those moments. I mean, like I say, they scored. You scored, sorry, completely against the run of play. It was all Newcastle. And all my group chats went into, there's no justice in football. You never get what you deserve. You know, everyone went into meltdown. And then it looked like Liverpool were going to run away with it. But massive credit to Newcastle. I thought they did so well to come back into it. But
yeah.
Like I say, champions win. That's what they do. So I was pleased because I want you to keep up with Arsenal all the time. So I was quite pleased.
Praying for Newcastle to just get that draw. I'm not gonna lie.
I would have gotten the score. That was my prediction. Was 2-2.
Yeah, mine was
Damn you,
well.
Liverpool.
I think, a lot of us had to. You know, I really think that this is sort of like the adjustment period that everyone was expecting to happen last year. And I think that Slot just did a good job of like holding the core together last year that already existed and being able to tweak that to get the results that they did. I think this year is truly they are still figuring it out. Like certain pieces don't look good, certain parts don't look like they fit. Like there's just, you can see that there is a lot of adjustment going on. And so I think that if they can continue to get results through this time that they are having to ask the hard questions and go through this period where like the players aren't all fitting together. If they can get past mid-October, they've got a nice easy run coming up. So if they can get through these difficult games against the other top sides and come out of it with a decent haul of points, I'll be happy with that.
Gigi, do you think if you don't get Isak, you've left yourself short up front?
Yeah, I think even with Isak, if we don't get Gahey, I won't be happy. That's like a bare minimum. And like, I know that everyone saw the bench options yesterday, which is like, how do you spend as much money as we have?
You spend on your 11, not your bench.
Well, yeah, but like the state of the bench is like jump scare. Like
McAllister, what happened with him? I don't.
He's having a baby.
Oh,
the entire midfield is having babies because if you count back 10 months, that was like the run of games where we were just cooking and everyone was having a good time.
Yeah. I'll say as a neutral, that was another hell of a game. Like, oh my God. If Newcastle, if their striker, who everyone's telling me is better than Erling Haaland, if he had just actually played that game, they win that game by 3 or 4 goals. The amount of chances they created to no one was just crazy. It was fun to watch, but oh, dude, yeah. Sky and I we were on a watch along. She and I were doing the hate along part, but it was on a Newcastle channel. So the poor host of that show, wow, we saw every emotion that you could think of. Like it was crazy. That game was super entertaining. Liverpool fans, I would suggest you invest in a defibrillator because I think you don't want to have a heart attack in the middle of the season because these games have been crazy. Both two games have just been absolutely crazy.
They have been. And the one thing for me is that if you think back to the 23-24 season, Klopp's last season, it was the same kind of like up and down roller coaster, but I feel like it was like from a slightly opposite angle, right? Like they would always be going down and coming back. I'd rather be on this side of things where we're able to bag a couple of goals, and then the defense falls apart and people are able to come back. But I feel like if they can get the defensive line solidified. If they can just shore that up a little bit, I will feel a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, your boy Torkens is having he had another defensive bar, I would say.
Yeah.
He's struggling in that aspect. Yeah, Bruno Guimaraes scored over him.
Yeah,
He
he
was
really
sticking
is.
his bum out. I was like, what is this? I want to adjust something I seen in the chat. Somebody's the conspiracy theorists are out. You know, everyone's saying, why'd they get 11 minutes? Why'd they get 11 minutes? Like, look, there was Tonali took a lot of time out for his shoulder because it looked like he dislocated his shoulder. And the first time they spent 4 or 5 minutes trying to fix it, he came off the pitch for a while. Then he went back in and he injured and he couldn't go on. So that took time. And also there was the Fabian Schär like head injury.
Yeah.
They're saying he might have had a concussion. That took time. So I definitely would have understood like 8 or 9 minutes, you know, but you know, there's substitutions as well. So that can add up to about 11 minutes. So I don't think there's any kind of conspiracy theory like, oh, because everyone's favorite line to say is, oh, well, how much time do Liverpool need to win the game? I think this time that time period was actually justified. So no conspiracy on that one. Like there were some clear injuries and there was a lot of substitutions on both sides.
No, and if you were
they add time on for that.
For sure. And if you were actually listening to the crowd, when the 11 minutes popped up, I was like, oh no. And the crowd was like, yes, we're going to score. And so
that 11 minutes, Newcastle had the ball the whole time. And as much as they did on Szoboszlai, he won you the game by not touching that ball and letting Salah have it.
By not touching it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like sometimes it's things like that. He didn't get any credit for it in the stat sheets, but that won you the game. Because if he fluffs it or something, then you don't get that chance.
Yeah.
And it's a draw. So, and God, that 16-year-old, wow. What a first goal to get. A game winner at St. James. That's impressive, man.
Yeah, it is. And I hope they're able to manage him appropriately, like throughout the season. But I don't know. I mean, I think he's definitely on the depth chart for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's some confidence he'll have gained, and maybe when the same situation comes up at a different time, you know, he can rely on that experience and help you out.
Yeah, both the appearances that he's made so far, he's come on with like 5 minutes left and gone on to score. So he's not afraid of going for it.
The guy, whatever you say, it's news seems to have gone quiet. Has it gone quiet? I mean, I don't watch all the Liverpool.
I keep seeing the same thing, that they're £5 million apart. And the news just keeps repeating where everyone is all the media transfer guys just keep putting out that like Liverpool's still interested. He still wants Liverpool. They're still $5 million apart, which I'm kind of like, can we just take up a collection plate, please, Liverpool fans? Like, pay them the $5 million. What did you see?
Linked to City.
Did you
now
see?
He's been linked to City the past 2 days. I'm like, I don't think that's happening, but that's usually a sign that he's gonna go to Liverpool. Like that's usually when we start getting linked, that's usually a sign the deal's done. Because our name gets tossed around a lot as like the if you don't want to sign us, if you don't pay up, blah blah blah, let's go to City. It's like and half the time we're never even interested in the player.
Yeah, so. I'd be extremely disappointed if Gahey is not through the door by Monday. I will be angry.
And Isak?
Like part of me thinks it's already done and they're just trying to manage the PR release of the information. I feel like if a player really wasn't for sale, it wouldn't get to this point in time with different sides still briefing. Isak still wants to go. Like if he wasn't going, if they told him he wasn't going, that's it. And the thing about Liverpool is that if they are not going to be going for a player or if they're calling off the chase, like they brief to their people and get that information out there. And there has never, not once during this entire saga, been any briefing that like, yep, okay, they're done. They're out. And so for me, I'm just kind of like, when, like, I feel like it might be like a Sunday kind of thing.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Soph? Because obviously they're probably your biggest rivals, I think it's fair to say, for the title.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a great player. I mean, I do think defensively, I mean, it's early on in the season, he might improve as time goes on, but I think I think he's struggling defensively. I think Van Dijk did good, actually, to be honest with you. I think he's always quite good. I know he'll have the odd time where he might struggle, but I think defensively, I think that's probably your weakness. I mean, as you mentioned, the attack, you're great with the attack. I think you're quite exciting to watch going forward. I just think defensively, you struggle, but you can win games by how you play. At the end of the day, that game against Newcastle was obviously great to watch as a neutral, but you could have those moments where you can get that winner because you've got those great players in the attack. But yeah, I think Liverpool, I think the defense is just what you need to sort of improve on. But I think you've got a really good team. I think it's going to be so close this season, like with who's going to win the league, and I know Man City's up there as well. I mean, what do you guys think about Chelsea? Because I see them in the top 4, but I don't see them as close as perhaps Arsenal, Man City, and like Liverpool will be.
I agree with you. I just don't think they're ready yet. I don't trust their keeper either. I think Sanchez is bozo.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, guys.
If they had signed Donnarumma, then I would take him
What did I
seriously.
miss? Everything.
Also, their center back situation is very precarious right now. Now that what's his fit?
It
Colwell tore his ACL, he
Mhm.
won't play all season. That's a little nerve-wracking for them.
I
And
see.
we all
I
know
see.
Reece James is just a ticking time bomb. We like enjoy him while you can. We know that's coming.
Yeah.
Could you say the same for Van der Ven as well, or is that
No.
Yeah, I think you kind of have to.
I hate to say it, but
I have to say it with John Stones and Nathan Ake.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, John Stones about to go to international duty. Every time he goes to international duty, he gets an injury and he comes back. But he's only meant to be a bench player this season, so I'm not quite as worried about that. We have Vardiel to come back, so
yeah. All right, let me see if I can make this look a bit bigger and make the scores
oh god,
so we can read them.
I never remember what I predicted.
All right,
Damn you, Rio,
so,
you stole my score.
yeah.
Took my score away from me.
So as you can see,
Idiot,
Kate
okay.
got 2 right. So she got 6
Wow.
points here. Look at Kate. Got the Fulham and the Liverpool Newcastle score right. So, and then Sophie, you got Fulham United right with the draw. So
Wow,
got the
nice
1-1
job.
there. So yeah, Kate racked up the points. She got 8. And yeah, I didn't do so hot. And then, we just had, draws and things that people didn't see. I was so mad at Arsenal because it was 4-0. And I was like,
I
please.
know. I was thinking about it. I felt
Just
bad.
I
end the
undersold him
game.
at 3-0.
And then, Dowman has to get the penalty call. And I was like, great.
I was right at the end as well.
Yeah. So good job, Kate. Good job, Sophie.
Thank you.
Good job. And then
Top of the league.
we have this over here is the running totals. So far, when you win, it helps. So I gotta get a prediction right this week. I got to.
I should have had faith in my own team. That's what I should have done.
Yes, I know. You should have. You had the draw there.
Yeah. You never know with Spurs. Well, used to never know. I think maybe Frank might change
Bottom of
that.
the table.
Please.
Yeah.
I know, moving like United. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. All right, who wants to go first? Let me put these down so I can see who I'm doing here. All right, here we go. Chelsea Fulham.
Oh my god, all these games are big again. What are we doing? Wow, this start of the season is crazy.
I
Yeah.
know. I don't know why it looks like that.
Should we just go game by game and then go across the board?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
It might be easier.
That works for me.
I got a punter. Okay, Fulham at the bridge.
It's looking a little weird. Let me fix that. Oops. Sorry.
I'm gonna say 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. What happened here?
Google Sheets, no. And then we need the screenshot of this in our group chat because
Yes.
once the game starts, I'm like,
Yeah.
what time is that game on? I don't even know.
It's the first game, I feel like, if I remember
I'm not
correctly.
watching it then. I can barely get up for my team. I can't do it for other teams. Unless I have insomnia.
Yeah, it's 6:30. So that's what, 4:30 for you? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's not happening
really.
for me.
Anybody
That's
else?
really
Chelsea
good.
Fulham.
Oh,
Chelsea Fulham, I'll say 2-1 Chelsea. Even though I want to
2-1.
say 2-2, but I'm going to say 2-1.
Yeah, I'll go 2-1 as well. I think 2-1.
Ooh, Spurs Bournemouth. That's actually a good game. I'll watch that one, I think. I could do 2.
I'm going to go 4-2 for Chelsea Fulham.
Wow.
Goal fest.
Do I think Fulham will score? I don't know. I'm gonna go. It's an early kickoff too. I'm gonna go 2-0. Spice it up.
Oh God, the Sunday
Man
night
United,
games are
Burnley.
bad.
Oh brother.
Oh,
I'm
God.
gonna
Man
go.
United, Burnley.
6-0 Burnley.
I'll say 3-1 United.
Don't do me like that, Kate. That's disrespectful. 6-0 Burnley. Give me a break. Burnley did just beat. They beat Sunderland last weekend. So
They did.
That is true.
this past week.
Ooh.
I say 3-1 United. It pains me to say, but I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna say.
I really hope I'm wrong on that pick, but
I'm gonna say 2-1 United.
Me too.
I'll go
Oh,
2-0 United.
Okay.
Oh, that's such a difficult
I
game.
think you should say.
I love
6-0
all the
Burnley.
predictions
That's
in the
fun.
chat.
I'm going to go 2-0 as well. 'Cause Burnley looked terrible against us.
Did you just? Oh, the Chelsea Fulham. I was like, Spurs. And
Is that a derby? Is that a?
Bournemouth
I don't
is
know
not a
these like
derby.
smaller ones. Is that a derby?
Chelsea Fulham is,
Chelsea
they
Fulham,
literally
yeah,
hate
it's
each
like the-
other.
Okay.
The little
Well then let
posh
me,
area
let
of
me
London
highlight that
derby.
then. Because then
Wouldn't be
that's
for
worth
me,
extra
though.
points. All right. Tottenham versus Bournemouth.
Ooh, this could be. Oh, and it's at Spurs.
I could see
huh?
Tottenham losing this just because that's what they do. They would like play really well and then
That's what
lose
they
to Bournemouth.
used to do. That's what they
And we'll
used
see.
to do.
We'll see. Hey, Vader, don't even try it. Don't do that.
Hey, Vader's in the house.
Big up, Vader.
I'll go first with this one. I'm going to go 3-2 to Tottenham.
Back your
'Cause they've got
team.
some- Bournemouth have got Semenyo and he's dangerous, but yeah,
Big up.
3-2.
Yeah, but you got some good defense. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we
There's
have.
3
See?
comments. I don't know why. I'm confused. I think it's gonna be. I think Tottenham, Bournemouth. I think it's 2-2
I was thinking that too.
because
I was thinking-
Bournemouth showed me a lot at that Liverpool game. They really did. So if they can do that at Anfield, I think they could do something similar at Spurs.
I'll go
5-0.
2-1 Spurs.
5-1.
What's
What'd you
the-
say, Sophie?
2-1 to Tottenham.
Go on, Sophie.
I think they'll just do it.
GG?
I want to say 2-1 too.
I'm a
All
real
right.
manager, so I
Wow.
give him a little credit on this one.
Brighton City. City is away.
Oh God.
I think you'll win.
2-1 Brighton.
Oh!
I love that.
I'm gonna say 3-2 City. I think
3-2.
Rodri's gonna start this game, so I think that's gonna. He won't play the whole game, but I think if
3-1.
Pep gets the midfield correct, that's gonna help a lot of things.
Last season, Tottenham started off City's run of 6 losses in a row, and I reckon it's going to do it all over again.
I think
No, it won't be that long. We do have Burnley coming up. Hey, Vader.
Yeah.
I think 3-1 City.
Yeah, I think 3-1 as well.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
too,
because Brighton just got slapped by Everton, so
yeah, I'm not seeing it. Liverpool Arsenal. Woo!
Rodri's back in the team. I feel
I'm
like
so excited for this game.
Liverpool Arsenal. Oh God.
Oh God.
2-2.
3-2
It's hard,
Liverpool.
it's hard to pick. It's at Anfield, if that helps anyone's selection.
3-2 Liverpool.
Who said that? Me. Okay. 3-2.
These games have
Liverpool?
always ended in draws, so I'm saying 2-2.
I
Defense
don't
is
know.
finally getting scored on.
Oh, who do I
I'm going to go 1-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Shaking
go.
his bum again.
I
I'm
think
gonna go
1-1 as well. I think it'll be a draw.
They're
Because
always draws. You build them up, and they're always a boring
Yeah, they're always
draw.
dead like that. Boring.
I was in a post game on Saturday, post game chat, and or post game panel, and the Arsenal fan was very optimistic for this. And I'm like, "What is
What did they
Gyökeres
say?
going to score a hat trick?" He's like, "Gyökeres is scoring it. He's going to score in Van Dijk. He's going to score in Van Dijk." So
Oh God.
we'll see if that. And it was Gunnar Souls. So you know how his predictions.
3-0. 3-0.
Big up
I
Gunnar
don't
Souls,
feel
though.
we're
Big up.
3-0. I love the
Okay.
confidence, but I don't feel 3-0.
That's
Do
crazy.
you see this? We must.
Oh, Asha,
That's
isn't
gonna
it
be a
your
chess match,
bedtime?
though. It's gonna be interesting.
Go to bed.
That's Gigi's arch nemesis, by the way, if you didn't know.
I think Arsenal
love
should be going into this.
Oh, wait.
feeling
You
confident.
got to switch
Yes,
me.
swap
into-
it over.
We got to.
Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
a bad
I,
omen.
I could do something like this, but you know.
No.
It's bad enough when you switched us. Ugh.
I know. All right, I love it. That was great. Thanks for those predictions. We'll see how that turns out. Before we go, someone did have a really good question. Lou, she says, question for the ladies. Overall, are you more confident or less confident after game week 2 than you were before the season started? I'm assuming for like your season.
I would say the same amount of confident and not confident, because the problems that I thought were going to be a problem are still the problem. And the strengths that I thought would be the strengths are still the strengths.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
I feel the
anything
same
new.
also, yeah. I
Yeah.
feel the same because
Yeah.
Spurs is just a bogey team. These kind
Yeah.
of games always happen. Doesn't matter if it happens at the beginning of the season, the end of the season. It's just these games always happen between City and Spurs. So I take that less seriously. I do think there's still concerns, but I'm going to have faith in my manager to fix it. Because last season we went 1-14, and then we ended the season, I think, 10 or 12 unbeaten.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a late rally in us again. So I'm going to stick with it.
I'm more confident. I had us down 7th, 8th. I think if we can bring in 1 or 2 players, we could definitely get in the top 5. And I'm just confident at the way that Frank's turned it around so quickly, and just hope it's not this new manager bounce, and that it's just that everything finally is falling into place. So yeah, I would say I'm more confident, but I'm less confident about Arsenal winning the league than I was. I thought that they wouldn't, and they look a very good team.
I think like pre-season, like I was not feeling confident going into the season. I feel confident. I feel I'll probably be quietly confident, really. But the only thing that I have my worries about is sort of the creativity. You know, for Gyökeres, like, is he going to get enough creativity? That's the only thing that I had worries about before, that I still worry about a bit. But because we've got more sort of depth now, in defence, a bit more in attack, I do feel a bit more confident. But yeah, I'd say I feel a bit better now. I've seen Arsenal for a few games.
Wait till you see Eze in there. You won't be worried about creativity anymore.
Oh, I'm dying to see
It
him
just
start,
depends
you know.
on where Arteta puts him. You could
know.
say that, but I hope if Arteta uses him right, then absolutely. But we'll
Are
see.
you more confident or less confident, Guy?
Next question. No, I'm just kidding. It's so weird, Kate, because like I'm confident. I like our attack more. Like I'm confident in that, and I feel like Cunha and Mbuma will stick the landings on the finishes hopefully soon. But when it comes to like outlook of season, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, unfortunately. So
Are you going to stay up? Is that the question?
yeah, or we're not gonna. There's no way we could get relegated. I at least there's no way. There's no way. No, there's no way. I'm sorry. I can't see. I can't see that. I can't see that.
There's at least
I don't
5
know, man.
teams.
Sunderland looked pretty strong. Last year was pretty set in stone that the same promoted teams went down. I don't know about that this year. There might
Well,
be
here's
some,
the thing. Like,
No,
maybe some
but not
leakage
even
from the top.
not even including Sunderland. I think there are
Yeah.
like 5 teams that are worse than United.
we hope. But yeah, no, I can't see us getting relegated. I will say, like, Chelsea getting 5 goals, Arsenal getting 5 against Leeds. Unfortunately, I don't think those games go that way for us. I feel like they're going to be, whenever we play those teams, they're like nail biters to the end. And then Garnacho will score a bicycle kick versus Everton. Like, it's one of those things. So, like,
But Garnacho will be playing for Chelsea.
yeah, we hope. We hope. But Yeah. And then Vader had one more question. Did the panel think more moves are happening before the window closes, and what position?
I think
Do you
Liverpool
mean in
will bring in
general or
Isak
for
and
each of our
Gehi.
own clubs? I wonder.
It could be either or, I think.
I think we'll get Isak and Gehi.
I think we're done.
I think
Mm.
Isak will happen. I think that one's probably, like you said before, I think it'll happen like at the end. But I don't want it to happen, but I think that'll be an exciting one for the end.
Well, I bet we better get another 10. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, Savino, Savio,
dead.
who knows what the hell's going on there? 1 minute it's on, 1 minute it's off. I have
But we
no
can't get a
clue.
replacement in, so it's too late.
But I mean, yeah, but he's not even close to starting for you. I don't see why that's such
Well,
a
he's
big deal.
allegedly he's injured right now. I think his
But-
head is now kind of out the door because that Instagram post was a little telling with the suitcase. In
Yeah.
the photo. But we don't have time to get a replacement in.
Yeah.
So
We-
I think
we,
I think you should have acted earlier in the summer.
That's the story of our window. But I'd like to think we're going to get there's a guy called Akalouche from Monaco, hoping we get him in. And I'm still not convinced we're not going to end up with that El Canoes from Leicester either. So, but we
Be
need
careful with Monaco though. They're terrible
That's
to deal
close.
with.
Yeah,
Their manager, their mafia manager is not letting this happen. Sorry.
it
Sorry,
can't be any
Mr.
worse than Marinakis.
Mr. Marinakis. Mr. Marinakis.
That
Yeah,
guy
Monaco's tough to deal with,
scares me.
though.
Oh dear.
I don't know if you guys saw, they tweeted the other day, he was like greeting all the players after the game. I'm like, what is happening? Why is this manager on the front center of every post? It makes no sense. I also talk about Arsenal. I'm also confident Arsenal will win the league trophy this season. Quick recovery, Saka, Havertz, and team captain.
Odegaard.
Love the confidence.
I'd be nervous about that Saka situation because hammies can be so difficult.
Yeah.
They can just reoccur so easily.
Just don't rush him back. Like that's the thing that
Yeah.
sucks about these
He
players.
gets
Like,
overplayed too much. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Arteta plays him too much, and this is what happens, which is really annoying because I think now we've got other goal scorers, which we're quite lucky. We used to rely on Saka a lot, but now we do a bit, obviously, on the right, as you know. Kate said, our weakness is the left, but I think we're quite good to have Saka. So I think we're probably playing Madueke on the right, but I don't think he'll probably be Saka's level. We don't really have anyone that is at Saka's level, but he's better than what we had last season. So I don't know. I don't know how we'll do really. But yeah, I think Saka's going to be a big miss, and he could have other injuries. The season just started. He could pick up more injuries. So when he comes back, I hope Arteta just eases him. I'd rather him be eased. I don't want us to rush him back because that would just make it worse.
yeah. In terms of United, I think we are getting a link to that goalkeeper, so I think we'll get him. Is it Lemons or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're going to get him, but in terms of, I definitely want a midfielder. Who it is, I don't know, but I need a midfielder. And the thing is though, I don't want to get anybody. So if they can't get somebody that's going to work, then just pass. Because I don't want to make it worse.
You can have Basuma.
Isn't he going to Galatasaray? Actually, never mind. Don't believe anything
They got
Galatasaray
Bounty.
say. Wow, Christina Aguilera shout out. Wow.
Yeah.
Haven't heard
Don't
that
just
name in a
find the
while.
wonderful, too dirty like Christina Aguilera. Smash the likes and subscribe.
Whoa.
But we're going to wrap this up here. Ladies, thanks for joining. Always a pleasure. And those of you that are watching on all three channels, on my channel, in the description, please go click the links, subscribe to everybody, follow them on their socials. They've taken their time out of their day to be here, so please support them. That's the biggest part of this, is just supporting everyone and on their platform. So please do that. Thank you guys again for the super chats. We had Moondog with the super chat. He said, "Big up, beautiful ladies, come on you Spurs." And then DJ Still says, "I love this channel. It's peaceful and calm." Well, maybe because it's match week 2, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah.
All the descriptions are in my description as well. All the ladies' socials are on there as well. So yeah,
Perfect. Thanks, Kate. Yeah, so we'll see y'all next week. We'll see how the match weeks go. Is there anything else you guys want to share or talk about before we end the stream?
nope.
No. All right. We're going to redirect to my next panel stream that's starting at 3. So like at the top of the next hour. So we're going to redirect there. But thank you guys so much. And we'll talk to you later.